Welcome to Animates, a retro anime review comedy podcast. Join our resident anime nerd Mackenzie and anime noob Lindsay as they delve into their VHS vault and review the best and worst of what the 80s and 90s had to offer. These episodes contain spoilers and adult language, so stick around if you're cool like that.
Trick or treat!
Oh, look it, we've got some trick-or-treaters. What are you supposed to be, little one?
I'm a Digimon!
Oh, how cute. I love that. And what about you?
I'm Mari the Spider-Woman, and I'm gonna tear out your insides and feast on your soul.
Oh my gosh, kids these days are so adorable. Harold, come look at this. Happy Halloween, everyone! Welcome, guys and ghouls, witches and bitches. It's the best time of the year. It is Halloween.
Yes, welcome to our Halloween edition of Animates.
Woo! Oh, sorry, HB. Oh, woo!
Now I'm just picturing like a Halloween store where like those little ghosts that all have had the same sound since we were children, that ooh,
Yep.
that really high pitched, just like replaces it, but it's like a little ghost anime girl. Like that card captor is like rain card,
Oh,
but
yep.
a ghost, and it's just like
Yep.
ooh.
Ooh!
Can I get that? Can I get just you doing that?
Ooh!
Cool. I'm gonna program a Raspberry Pi and put it in something and
Oh my
make
gosh.
a Halloween decoration for next year.
Amazing. Oh my gosh, I love Halloween. Okay, controversial question I'm going to ask you.
Okay.
Candy corn. How do you feel about it?
I don't hate it.
I like candy
but
corn.
I don't like go out of my way to buy it.
No.
If it's in a pile of candy and I grab some, I'll eat it.
Yeah, like sometimes I'll get a craving for candy corn and I'll go to like Bulk Barn and get, like a half a cup and then, that's enough.
I've never done that. I've never bought it, but I don't hate it. Now here's another one. Do you eat Coffee Crisp?
I love Coffee Crisp.
Ugh, I can't. I also don't drink coffee, but like that was the one for me as a kid where I was like, I don't think so.
Yeah, I always gave those ones to my parents as a kid. Someone at work brought candy in and I thought they were chocolate covered almonds. Nope, chocolate covered raisins.
You don't like glacettes?
No, I hate raisins. They're stupid.
I don't like raisins on their own, but I love glacettes.
No, I want a chocolate covered nut.
Anyways.
Yep.
But you know what? For me, it wasn't just the candy. It was just getting to go out late at night and like walk around with my friends dressed up and go to all these houses.
Except you're in Canada, so you have to wear a snowsuit over your costume.
It wasn't as bad back in the day.
Oh yeah, but we lived in different parts of Canada. Yeah, where I lived, it was like snow, and you had to wear a snowsuit over top of your cute little outfit.
I've been here my whole life, and it was like I'd had multiple Halloweens as a child where I did not have to wear winter clothing, and if you did, you'd like put it on for like 10 minutes for a couple houses and then take it off.
Oh, that must have been nice.
It was freaking amazing.
Yeah, then you get the old people who like they ask what your costume is, and you're like, okay, you can't see, but I'm a sky dancer, I promise.
I was in like your standard community, and the next door to us was like the gated rich people that opened their gate on Halloween, basically. And so we would always go there because a lot of people wouldn't go there because they're like, oh, we're not allowed in. No.
Well, you would be worried that they would like steal you and then take your blood and bathe in it so that they could stay young forever.
That's possible. But they would give out full-size chocolate bars, full cans of pop, full bags of candy. It was crazy. And my mom, not to be outdone, was like, screw those people.
Yeah.
And she became the one lady in our little like community area that gave out full-size chocolate bars.
Heck yeah.
She'd buy like 60 of them, which was a lot.
Yeah.
We didn't have that many kids coming through, and she would usually get rid of pretty much all of them, but everyone knew every Halloween they had to get to her house first, so they would get one of the 60 like full-size chocolate bars. So shout out to my mom for making some kids' dreams, because that was a dream as a kid. Full-size chocolate bar.
Oh yeah, those are like the best.
Hell yeah. my dad's actually a massive Halloween guy. He does his whole house up like insane amounts. There's probably a couple grand worth of stuff in that house when he's
Jeez.
setting it up. He always used to make his own costumes.
Does he have one of those 12-foot skeletons now?
No, not the 12-foot ones, but I'll show you pictures later. He does some
Okay.
crazy stuff with Halloween. But yeah, he is like, it used to be just a little tickle trunk full of stuff, all of his costumes. Now it's like an entire hanging from the roof section of the garage of storage dedicated to the amount of Halloween stuff he has. And kids love it. They come from all around to check it out. So I hope he gets a bunch of kids coming around tonight, because he's always looking forward to that.
Yeah, that's fair.
But speaking of tonight,
Tell me all about it.
tonight we are taking to the demon-infested streets of Tokyo
Ooh.
when we watch Yojutoshi, also known as Supernatural Beast City, or as the dub calls it, Wicked City.
I'm so excited for this.
This was written by Hideyuki Kikuchi of Vampire Hunter D fame, which we
Okay.
watched our previous episode, also coming off of a short novel. However, this is set in a world where there's an alternate dimension called the Black World
Ooh.
that is known to few humans. But fear not,
Okay.
for there is a treaty in place run by the Black Guard to keep the peace.
Okay.
But radicals from the Black World are sneaking in and raising hell across Tokyo.
I was like, isn't it like Taliesin Jaffe in LA by Night? He said a treaty is just time to prepare for war.
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah.
So tonight we will be following two Black Guard agents, Makie and Taki, who must protect the boundary between worlds while they go on a gory, dirty, and sex-filled adventure,
Yeah.
taking out the rogue agents from the dark world who are coming into Tokyo and causing havoc.
That is like my favorite kind of evening.
A gore, dirty, and sex-filled adventure?
Yeah.
I mean, sure.
You don't know what I've done in London.
Yes, I do. Patreon.com to hear about that story, folks.
I'm not allowed to tell it at work because I scare people.
But without further ado, we are going to go watch the show because we are watching it in person.
What? Have you seen this? You haven't seen this?
No, I've
Mackenzie.
never seen this.
Okay, so we're both going in
We're
fresh.
both going in completely fresh. My friends have said that I'm in for a treat, or I guess we're in for a treat.
Is it
But
a treat?
actually, speaking of a treat, I figured that,
What did you do?
if we're watching Halloween stuff, we should at least have a
Yes!
skull-shaped giant container full of Halloween candy.
Oh my gosh, Maynard's, be still my heart.
So we've got our snacks, we've got our nachos on the way.
Heck yeah.
Let's
Let's get into it.
get into it.
Yeah. And we're back.
What the fuck did we just watch?
I don't know.
Because, I didn't hate it.
No, that's the thing. I feel so weird because I'm like, I didn't hate it, but it wasn't good. Oh wow.
So, as a quick, I know it's only technically for you guys been 10 seconds, but we just watched Wicked City,
Yep.
which a lot of people were like, it's very gory, a lot of violence, a lot of sex. That was all a very large understatement.
Oh yeah, I was like, it wasn't really gory. Like there was some weird stuff, but it was like when I think gore, I think of like the Saw franchise.
That's fair. I think this was more gore of it was more, what's the word? Body
Yeah, I guess it was more body
horror.
Yeah, it was a lot of body horror.
It wasn't scary.
No, it was
I know we're
not.
trying to do like a spooky Halloween thing. It wasn't scary.
No, there were some horrifying parts,
Like
that opening part.
Yeah. Let's do a quick breakdown of what we just watched plot-wise.
Yeah, I think we need to do that just to be like, we didn't have a fever dream, correct?
No, and we're not going to do what we did with Vampire Hunter D, where we went scene by scene for the entire movie, because it's pretty straightforward.
Yeah, this one kind of had an easier plot to follow, as opposed to Vampire Hunter D, where it was just like, and then we're this, and now we're back. And
Yeah.
it was
And there were some twists in this one that I actually didn't see coming.
that's good.
But yeah, we
We saw a couple people coming.
Oh, I'm gonna go ahead right now and give another another adult content warning.
Yes, very adult content.
We are about to talk about some heavy adult content that may have some trigger warnings in it. So
yes, so please just prepare yourself.
and watch. And if this is not your kind of thing, and this is your first time checking in on us, go back and watch the Card Captors episode.
Yeah, or the Ranma one.
Yeah,
Start with one of those. Don't start with this one. Holy moly.
it's about to get a little intense.
Yeah. Oh.
We start in a bar
Yep.
with Taki accepting money from the bartender because he won a bet that he could get this girl to go on a date with him.
Yep.
That I guess he's been trying with for months.
They said something like 3 months.
Yeah. And you might make the think that like, oh, it's because he's like a big player and a total meathead, but Taki's actually a good dude.
Yeah, he's you like kind of don't hate him.
Yeah. You're like, yeah, he's a bit of a player, but he lets people know that he's a player. He lets them know his intentions.
Yep.
He's still a romantic guy at heart.
Mm-hmm.
And so he is on a date with this girl who comes back from the bathroom and is instantly like, we got to go to my place.
Oh, yeah. She's like ready to go to Pound Town.
Yeah. And before we leave, we kind of cut back to the bathroom.
Oh, yeah. And there's just like the
hand sticking out of the stall.
It's like a woman's hand on the ground. And you're like, haha, this is not good.
No. And this is where we get our first of many sex scenes where he is.
They're having like a consensual sex scene. Oh, no. First they come home and she's like instantly clothes off.
She's like straight to the lingerie.
And he was like, oh.
And she was like, is this okay? And he was like, yes. But he even said, though, he's like, this is in his internal monologue. He was like, this is faster than I expected.
Yep.
I've been trying to get her to go on a date with her for 3 months. And all of a sudden she's like ravenous, which, hey, sometimes you want it.
It's true. Sometimes if you go through a long enough drought.
Well, I doubt he's having any droughts.
No, he's not.
But so they instantly get going at it.
Yep.
And my volume was at 53 on my TV, and I'm pretty sure anyone in my apartment building adjacent to me heard so much moaning.
I am surprised nobody called the cops to come check on you.
It was a lot.
It was a lot. It seemed like they were both enjoying themselves.
Oh, they were. They very clearly were. And she was about to enjoy herself even more, and he was about to enjoy himself a lot less. When what goes down?
I don't even know. She starts to transform into like her joints start bending weird inhuman shapes, and she starts turning into a spider, and then her flower garden gets some teeth.
Yeah, this literally, her credit name is Spider Woman.
Yep.
Although she technically still only had the 4 limbs.
Yeah, she wasn't really an arachnid.
No, but
she did spin webs though.
Yeah, as you said about her flower garden, it turns into a giant toothy gaping maw.
Yeah, just like
that tries to swallow Taki.
Holy moly. And I remember when we were watching it, I was like, because it was like a black background and then just the mouth, like the teeth, and I was like, was that her?
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, you were like, mm-hmm. And I was like, wow, this movie is bonkers.
And this is like in the first
this is
2 minutes.
Literally like exposition. Like
it's setting the scene for everything that's about to happen.
We're literally at the beginning of the roller coaster.
Mm-hmm. And he manages to fight back. He doesn't do any real damage to her.
No, they both live.
She's unhappy with the fact that she couldn't kill him in one easy go, and accepting her loss very quickly skitters out the window.
And then down, and then,
and then like crawls creepily down the building, which looking at your face, you were like, oh.
Yeah,
Because it was gross. Like her design of her character for being this Spider Woman, but still using the 4 limbs is actually quite well done.
Yeah, it's very horrifying. It's
very body horror.
Yeah.
But the giant toothy maw in her hoo-ha. I feel like we can say the word, but I'm trying to keep us from getting
we want to still kind of
demonetized.
Yeah.
And this is where we learn who Taki is.
Yeah, he's like a 28-year-old handsome man who
works in sales.
Works in Shibuya, which I was like, I love Shibuya.
Yeah. And he works in sales, but at the nighttime he is the black
sales
guard.
Is in quotation.
Yeah, but also like how much money is he being paid as blackguard?
I feel like he should be making like a sufficient amount if he's
to not have a day job.
Yeah,
like his day job should be like training and working out.
Yeah, why is he sitting behind a desk and there's like that woman who's like roasting him and stuff like that because he went on a date. She doesn't know how the date went, but
yeah, it was weird, but it jumps very quick to him going to see the boss man. Because I guess this whole business is a front for it.
I mean, that makes sense.
I guess I just answered my own damn question. Why his job?
Yep.
Because the building has to operate as a front.
Yeah, because he can't be like, ooh, you know.
But still, you think they'd hire grunts for that.
Right.
Not one of your, as he calls him, top agents.
Yeah.
But anyways, he goes and he talks to his boss and goes, hey, The signing of the treaty to keep peace between the nations is coming up.
Yep. Tomorrow.
Literally. Oh yeah, sorry. It was supposed to be
it got moved up.
Tomorrow.
To tomorrow.
And he has to go and pick up someone who hasn't been seen in many, many years.
Yep. I think they said he's like only been seen twice in like 100 years.
Yeah. Apparently he's like 200 and something years old.
Yeah.
It's a really old human man.
He's very old.
And your partner will be there.
She's a partner from the black world.
Yeah.
Yep.
How will I know what she looks like?
She'll be the hot one.
Literally, he's like, she'll be the most attractive person there.
Yeah. Yay, females!
I mean, she's a badass, though.
She is a badass.
Because he gets attacked while waiting on the runway.
Yeah.
For some reason, he was on
like,
the
also,
runway.
why are you waiting on the runway?
And he gets attacked by these two Black World agents.
Yep. Who, are just weird. They have like tentacles, which I was like, what are we watching? But yeah, the one like is trying to like cheese grater him through the fence, and you're like, oh,
the rib cage that expands out and grabs them like teeth.
And I was like, well, this is a short movie.
And then the one guy whose head he blows off, and the head skitters around.
Oh yeah, its
eyeballs
awful.
open up with teeth like piranha plants.
Oh my gosh, that was horrifying.
And you hear this like, "Hey boys."
Yep.
And the mouths close and just look over comically, and then they're just lacerated.
Yep, they're just done.
And we meet our super hot Maquille.
Yeah, Maquille.
Who looks cool.
She looks so badass.
And she's got like these like Logan-esque nails that
she's just like well-tailored suit, which I'm always here for, and then like a killer manicure and just like Lady Deathstrike style just like takes out these baddies.
And like her nails go really friggin' long.
They can go so long.
Normally you get a lot of times it's like, oh, it's the girl in distress.
Yeah.
It was like, no.
No, she's saving him.
Taki's in distress. Mr. Best Agent ever. And she's coming and saving his ass. And then they go back to the airport to wait inside this time because it's safer apparently.
And we get the announcement of like, can the owner of a burgundy minivan please go move it? Which I was like, all right.
I mean, gotta have that ambiance.
I just giggled because I was like, this is clearly pre 9/11.
Oh yeah. Because there's no security checks anywhere.
Nothing.
But then the airplane that this dude's supposed to be coming in on. What was it? Oh, Giuseppe.
Yep, Giuseppe just blows up. We're like, oh.
And we get this dramatic moment of like, oh shit, there goes our last hope for signing this treaty.
This peace treaty. This is the only person who can organize it and make it go really well. And we're like, oh crap.
And then the camera pans over, and standing in a tracksuit on the railing is this like 3.5 foot tall old man,
like gray skin,
whose voice basically sounds like what you said.
It's Chetney Pockaby.
Yeah,
it's 100% just Chetney Pockaby
from Critical Role.
Yep.
Same like horny attitude.
Oh my god.
Hornier though, way hornier.
Yeah.
And
like, oh man.
He's like, oh yeah, da, 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 da. That's kind of what he talks like. And they're like, who are you? And he just keeps rambling on. He's like, they're like, how did you survive that? And he goes, oh, I just figured they were gonna, attack my plane, so I booked an earlier one.
Which I'm like, boss move.
Which, like, honestly, if you know where assassins are after you and they know that you've booked a plane ticket, have someone else book another one and take that flight.
Yeah.
Advice for all of you that are currently being chased by assassins,
for all of
or
you
immortal
high
snails.
Profile, peace treaty makers out there, because I know you love these kinds of podcasts.
Oh yeah,
that's our biggest audience demographic.
And so this old man is horny.
Holy moly! Just horn dog.
They take him back to a hotel that has psychic
protections
coding.
Yeah,
psychics
like,
can't get through.
No one from the black world can get in. This is yeah.
And this is where the old man already has a room full of porno mags.
Oh yeah. He's like, look at this one, and then look at this one.
And he's so mad that he can't leave the hotel.
Which I'm like, it's for your own safety.
But he keeps like pointing to other women on different pages, being like, what about this show? What about this woman? We gotta leave to go see her at the strip club.
Yeah.
And Taki's so fucking done with it. He's about to punch this dude out. And he's like, I will only stay in the room if Maquille stays with me.
Yeah.
And she like bites one. She takes a bullet.
Oh yeah, she's like, I'll stay here. You can go sleep on the couch downstairs with the hotel owner.
Who's also a badass.
And has a beautiful suit. That's what happens in this movie, is there's a lot of beautiful suits.
There is. And some beautiful dresses too.
Not that one, but we'll get to that later.
We'll get that. We'll get there. But yeah, so we're in this friggin' hotel where he's playing chess with this old man, keeps losing.
Yep.
And somehow
they get attacked.
A new type of demon can break through the psychic barrier.
Oh no, the doors are cracking.
Literally, the entire foundation of this place is like, you got to rebuild the whole building at this point.
It made me think of John Wick with the hotel that's in that one.
Yep. Basically, that's kind of what it is, but for supernatural stuff.
Yep.
And this dude breaks through the door who's cool as fuck.
Yeah, I was like, he was so cool looking.
Like, not like in a douchey way.
No.
He just like looked like he'd be a cool dude.
Yeah. And I mean, like, he's a shitty dude.
Yeah.
Which is also not surprising.
No, he eviscerates the hotel owner.
Well, his arm.
He pulls his arm off, which we then learn was a fake arm.
Yeah, I guess.
Cool.
How convenient.
After the guy from his fake arm has that whip chain tool with the blade on it.
The one that neither of us could remember the name of, but we were like just making references to various pop culture things we've seen them in.
It's like the thing from Castlevania.
Or the thing from Ninja Assassin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Mr. Cool Dude catches it with his friggin' teeth.
Yeah.
Man, imagine having dental work that...
Yeah, I was like, my teeth cost too much to try and do that.
I'm pretty sure I chipped my tooth on the candy that was soft earlier. You know, this dude kicks all their asses.
Oh, yeah. And like runs right upstairs and was like, I'm going to get this old pervert.
Mm-hmm. And we learned that...
He escaped through the bathroom door or window.
Not that.
Oh.
We'll get there.
Oh, sorry.
We learned that Makia used to date the cool guy. Named Jin.
Yep.
And we got our second sex scene.
Wow.
Where she just like, he's like, you know, you can't resist me. And she's like, all right. And we get a full on, like, detailed.
Down the panties.
Like it was.
We knew what material her panties were made of.
You could tell. And we were like, what are we watching? This is not our kind of content.
Yeah, we were like, holy moly.
And I was like, okay, so they're just having a little hookup.
Having a little moment. Having a little
And it's because
quickie.
she couldn't get her nails to kill him. So she was luring him to this false sense of security.
Yep.
Where then as soon as he's like softened up, well, pun intended.
I was like, I don't know. He seemed pretty hard.
As soon as this happens, her hair comes to life and strangles the shit out of him.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh.
And then Taki blows him up.
Yes, that's what happened. My apologies.
And she's like, sorry, we used to date. And he's like, oh, okay.
Yep.
He doesn't care. He walks in. He's like, she's naked. He's like, whatever. It's all good.
Yep.
And we go to save the old man, and he is left.
Oh, man. He's just like bolted.
Where did he go again?
To the soap brothel.
The soap brothel?
I don't know. It was some naked chick with like really great hair and a lot of soap.
Oh my God.
Yeah, both of us were like, look at her hair.
And I was like, okay, he came for sexy time, but he gets a wash down.
He came for sexy time?
Where we learn that he's got apparently a whole hog.
Yeah. He's like 4 foot tall.
Yeah. I'm trying to say this as keeping it as like
PG.
Well, not PG. We're not a PG podcast, but we're not an X-rated podcast.
No. But somehow we ended up reviewing a hentai movie.
Yeah. No one told me it was like this. I asked a bunch of friends if we should watch it. And they're like, yeah, do it. So can you please explain to me what happens to him when he goes back into the room with her?
Oh my, wait, are we talking about Soap Girl?
Yeah, whose literal name in the credits is Soap Girl.
Is that actually it?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, it is. Yeah, he's like he's like sucking on her titties.
Like you're calling me, wanting me all the time.
And he's like, oh, I got a little something in there.
Are you sure you're not pregnant?
Yeah, exactly.
She's like, I'm sure.
She's like, I'm positive I'm not pregnant. He's like, well, I just ate I just swallowed something.
He just lets it go.
Yep, like it's not weird.
Speaking of swallowing, what happens next?
She swallows him somehow. Her body becomes like plasticine.
It turns into soap.
And it literally just like engulfs him into her, but not like fully. Like
well, she's trying.
Yeah, it's like a third of him. Like, so this guy's just
sucking
like
his energy out.
Yeah, this guy is just like dying face first into titties, and Taki and oh gosh, Makie. Gosh, I was like, I'm gonna nail this pronunciation, and I did not. But yeah, then they bust in and see, Giuseppe like morphed into this woman's plasticine chest.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And she uses her nails to stop her again. And he pulls him out like it takes like probably 25 seconds of animation time.
Yeah, just to like actually remove him from this woman's torso.
And it's like squelching. And,
it's so gross. Again, body horror.
Yeah.
Ugh.
And they free him.
Yep, but he takes a lot of psychic damage.
He does. That was at least 3d12 psychic damage.
It was like he did not succeed his
failed his saving throw. And they kill the woman.
Banana.
And they take him. They need to take him to a hospital, but it has to be a special psychic hospital.
Yeah, and it's like hours away.
4 hours away.
Oh my gosh.
Where they get stopped on the road.
Yep. So they're like, road trip.
And he wakes up.
Giuseppe?
Yep. And vomits.
But they're like stuck in like
in
this,
a time loop.
Yeah, this like weird black world
time loop thing. Yeah. And he gets up, and thankfully for him, he vomits.
Yes, and he vomits out this gross parasite that he had swallowed earlier from this woman's breast.
Yeah.
And then it gets
big
and weird.
And it starts attacking, and it grabs Makie.
Yep. And she captures her.
And then she uses her powers to...
She sacrifices herself.
Yep, to save both of them as he runs away, because she told him to run away. He didn't want to.
Yeah. But she was like, no, we have this peace treaty, and I said I would give my life. So...
Yeah. And then we get to the psychic hospital.
Yeah. That's... It just... Nothing else happens.
Not until we get to the hospital. Wait, am I missing something?
Yes.
What?
Remember when Makie was like entangled in this parasite?
Oh, right. I'm completely...
you blacked that out of your mind because it was awful.
Yeah, she's being engulfed and taken over and like completely...
Oh, just, yeah. Holy moly. So yeah, again, this movie is not...
No, not for children.
Yeah, again, this is why I said earlier, like, did we accidentally review a hentai film? There's a lot of tentacles, and they go in a lot of places.
Ugh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh! Right.
Now you remember.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about that. That was messed up.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep.
So yeah, just be in a good headspace if you do want to watch this movie.
Yeah. So then we get to the hospital. After she fries this thing with her final power.
Yep. So she's quote unquote died at this point.
Which it doesn't take long to find out she hasn't died.
No.
Because they bring him to the hospital and they go, wow, this old man is really resilient. He'll be fine in 30 minutes.
Yeah, he'll be fine in a half hour. Just walk it off, kid.
He's submerged in some like healing liquid, which a lot of animes do. They have like that like fluid where you just like submerge it, you can breathe it. A lot of sci-fi does that too.
Very sci-fi.
They're outside because, again, the perimeter is under attack.
No.
Now, this one
all
can't
these
be
really
cracked.
safe places.
Well, this one couldn't be cracked.
Because it was like a 20-point whatever.
Yeah, they could just get this tiny little orb that was basically a projector.
Yep.
And it's projecting Makie.
Oh, I was like, I don't remember what happened here. And then I was like, oh, right, because I blacked out for this part too.
This was Makie being engaged in a foursome with some demons.
Yep.
And...
It was supposed to be bad, but she sounded like she was having a great time.
And we don't mean that in like a diminishing the victim
No,
way.
Not at all. I mean, like literally.
She's like into it. She's writhing and moaning and like having a good old time.
Yeah.
And like when it's over, she just seems like she's all good with it.
And I mean like...
But it was weird because it was like, you want to come and save her? And then it cuts to her and she's just like...
Having a great time.
Having the time of her life.
And I was like, you should let a girl be.
And then he was like, I gotta save her. And he follows this orb to like where she's... being held.
Yep. And it's like the baddie from The Crow is there in his pinstripe suit, just being like, yeah, here she is.
And it feels weird being like, because like it's supposed to be a torture.
Yeah, it is supposed to be, but they just didn't.
They don't make it in any way seem like a torture.
No.
Which I feels weird saying.
Yep.
Because you get what I'm getting at.
I do get what you're getting at. I'm begging what you're mowing.
Because I'm like, are they actually... You know, are we portraying something bad here?
Yeah,
or are they just doing it to like try and lure him out?
Yeah, it's like, is this actually an assault? Or
or it's just a demon thing where they're just like, this is just what we do all the time.
Yeah, or is it like an illusion?
Yeah, exactly. And this is where we meet Mr. Pinstripe.
Yep.
And his lackey, who's quickly disposed of, but only before.
Yeah.
her stomach explodes into that another giant gaping maw, and she like has that whole
oh my gosh,
get inside me, but using other words.
Yep.
And
it was very
graphic.
Symbolic of a female part, but it was like her whole torso.
Yeah.
And he
fakes being entranced.
He comes inside to it, or of it, and
ooh, careful there.
And it's just a weird psychedelic.
But he doesn't actually get. He's only like making her think that he's like under it, because he pulls his gun out and blasts her from the inside.
Yep.
And she dies. And then he has to fight big old boy,
who he's like, I'm not gonna shoot yet. I'm gonna wait till this guy gets completely covered in rock.
Well, yeah, he's like puts these giant blades out of his elbows, which is a weird spot to have blades.
I thought of like Spike from X-Men Evolution, but even then I was like, this is even less useful.
Yeah, like you have to fight like you're a T-Rex arming it.
Yeah, it just
at, like, your
you have
ears.
to like chicken wing it.
Yeah, he kept fighting from the side to shoot these blades out. And he's like, that man that you just killed is going to become part of me. And it just like melts into the ground and then pours on him from the roof.
Yep.
And he becomes resistant to this dude's super bullets.
It's so weird.
Because that's what he's been shooting this whole time.
Yeah.
He was shooting like super bullets that send him flying, but they kill the demons.
Yep. They're the ones from Angel Cop.
Yeah. But he's able to handle.
He's not going to break his arm.
No, he's pretty resilient dude.
Mm-hmm.
And he like after this little battle where he gets stabbed.
Yep.
And then.
But it's like not a fatal stab.
No. And so that happens, and then he thankfully manages to get a shot off because this dude's screaming at him, and he shoots him in the mouth,
which is very smart.
In the soft palate.
Ooh.
Mm. And he kills him.
Yep.
Quote unquote. Because what do we see moments later?
Grapes.
The grapes, the grape amalgamation coming back to life.
I was like, it's like that scene from I Love Lucy or whatever, in the grape stomping scene. Like that's what it looks like.
Yeah, gurgly, bubbly, but gray.
Yeah,
gray grapes.
It's weird.
And he runs up to Makie and he puts his coat on her and he kind of collapses in the corner with her and she heals his wounds.
Yep.
Because apparently she can also heal wounds.
Yep, with her psychic abilities.
And here's the thing, though. He went to go save this woman he's never met, left the man he's supposed to protect.
Yeah,
but
he's a terrible agent.
He's known this woman for like
3-4 hours.
4-hour drive plus 2 hours.
But they didn't make the full drive with her.
Oh, yeah. He knew her for like 2 hours.
Yeah.
And he still was like, I must go back.
He's like, I must forfeit all of this peace treaty stuff that's going to happen, and I have to go save her. Yeah. Which I'm like, no, you have more important things going on.
No, exactly. And then he saves her. They go back and they meet up with the old man.
Yep.
And he's like, all right, we got to go and do the treaty thing after getting fired.
Yes,
oh, no.
Yeah.
He goes to get the old man and he can't do it because he gets fired.
That's what happens. But then they're like driving in the tunnel because they're like, there's a way to still make this peace treaty happen.
Well, no, he was like, it's like, I've been fired. I don't care anymore. Like, she's like, this job isn't good for a romantic. And he's like, yeah, but it was good for me. And then the old man's in the backseat.
Yep. Oh, yeah. Did he like sneak in there?
Yeah. And he's like, what are you doing here? He's like, I don't need to care about you anymore. I'm off the job. And he was like, no, you're not. You still got to get me to the peace treaty. And then the car gets covered in web.
White, stringy, sticky.
Now, okay, this is clearly the Spider-Woman, but there's a scene before this where she's like going to talk to her master after he regenerates.
Oh, yep.
And she comes down from the ceiling.
Oh my gosh, we laughed so hard at this.
She's like spread out like a spider, still wearing stocking lingerie with her spider.
Just like Winnie the Poohing it.
Yeah, spider vajay out. And the spider silk is coming out of the hat.
Oh my gosh, we laughed so hard at it. Oh my gosh, it's just, yeah, holy moly.
It was like
a fever dream.
It was wild.
Wow.
Like, here's the thing. Again, I love the monster designs in this. I think they're great.
Oh, yeah.
But it was so funny.
Like, yeah.
There's no way you don't laugh seeing that.
No.
It was so bad.
Everything is body horror, and then that happens, and it's just body humor.
Just like a little spider coming from the roof, but it's a human with their teethy vajay.
Yep.
And so...
Oh my gosh.
They... Back to the tunnel. The
yes.
car is getting covered in a very sexual amount of spider webs.
Yep.
They are clearly hinting at something.
Yep.
And then it crashes because apparently he doesn't know how to just casually apply the brakes.
Yeah, no.
And this is where Spider-Woman's back and healed. Ooh.
Oh, yeah. She's ready to kick ass.
And she does.
She does.
She fucks them up.
Oh, my gosh.
And this is... we forgot the dress.
Oh, gosh. Oh, it's because it's such an ugly dress.
Okay. I like 80s Japanese fashion.
I do too, but not this one.
I thought it was a nice dress.
It looked like a saggy Michelin Man dress.
No, well,
yes.
you're thinking of it from the way it was animated. I'm thinking about what it would have looked like in real life.
No, even then, I'm still like, no.
Well, I like the dress.
Well, that's fine. You're entitled to your wrong opinion.
You know, I'm the one that edits this podcast. I can make my opinion sound as good as I want.
True.
I can just have all your audio clips be...
Just me going...
See, you just gave me an audio clip to use constantly. It's just me talking with all of your responses.
It's okay. I'll give you a visual one now.
Oh, rude.
Yeah.
Rude. Speaking of getting the middle finger, a giant bolt of lightning comes from the sky and
out of like nowhere,
destroys the Spider-Woman, and saves the recently lacerated Makie and Taki.
Oh, thank goodness.
And there's been a couple bouts of this electricity happening.
Yep.
And I figured it was always a power of Makie's.
Mm-hmm.
Or like some third party.
Yeah.
I was not expecting the twist.
Which was?
Friggin' Giuseppe.
I know, right?
This old, creepy old man who's obsessed with boobies and porno.
And porno.
So he is obsessed with porno and booby. Well, I guess boobies are porno.
He's just obsessed with adult magazines.
Yeah, this horny old man.
He's just, horn dog old man.
He's a horny old man. And he's like, I'm actually from the black world. That's why I'm 200 and something years old. Which it's like, yeah, you're a human. It's like, I don't know why I didn't think of that.
Yeah, right?
The next scene is them in a church.
Yes.
They are fucking.
As you do in a church, apparently.
And she is moaning like crazy.
Yep.
And I mentioned...
Again, it all sounds the same.
I mentioned I was going to share this with you. The voice actress of Makie...
Oh my gosh.
...has one voice credit role.
And it's just this one.
Just this. And when I show you this woman, you are going to not believe it. But here you go.
What? No.
Yeah.
That is not the same person.
Yeah.
No.
Yep.
Wow.
And she has a couple acting roles, but her only voice credit role is moaning for 45 minutes of a movie and some other talking, because Makie doesn't talk that much.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know that woman lives on a farm somewhere and is just like, says very inappropriate things, but they're like medically accurate. And you're like, no, Gladys, we don't need to. I know, but like, you don't need to tell me how to, where the G spot is right now. I just want to have tea. Like, that's that woman.
That's her younger.
Okay, I can kind of... Is it like, when this film was?
Closer.
Okay. She did this film and went, you know what? VO's not for me.
Probably.
I mean, she made a paycheck.
She kind of looks like a Karen, but she looks like... It's hard to explain, because she looks like a Karen, but she also looks like what you just said, where she's just like a fun, no-filter lady.
Oh, yeah.
You're like, yeah, she's making you tea, and some hot dude walks by on the sidewalk, and she's like, hold on, I'm gonna go get a number. She looks like both, and I'm sorry if she ever listens to this, which she won't, but...
You never know.
Yeah.
We could have reach.
Yeah, so that was her only voice acting role.
Yeah, I mean, her hair in that second picture you showed was pretty great.
Wild. It was very 80s.
Oh, man.
And so they're moaning away in this church.
Yep.
And
it all sounds the same.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we're like...
And my neighbors are listening, going, what the hell's going on in that apartment?
Yep.
And then they're awoken by Giuseppe and explains that he's from the Black Guard, or the Black World, and he's actually there to save them.
And he's got like mad psychic powers because he like takes on the like weird tentacle things that come out.
Mr. Striped Suit has regenerated himself and shown up in the church.
Yep.
And Giuseppe goes up and like kicks the crap out of him.
Yeah.
Gets his ass handed to him.
Yep.
Kicks the crap out of him again.
Yep.
And then Makie, after like everyone's starting to get the crap kicked out of them, is up on the top of the
cathedral.
The cathedral in like wearing nothing but this
a bed sheet, the biggest bed sheet we've ever seen.
I'm pretty sure it was a curtain, but it's flowing in the wind and she's glowing.
And she's got her nails all ready to go.
Oh yeah, she looks like
sharp.
It looks like a badass. And she fucks this dude up.
Oh yeah.
And they're like, how could she have had the power? And Giuseppe's like, well, the reason I'm trying to protect you two is because you're the first human and you're the first Black World person that can have a baby together.
Yep. What? Sorry, what?
And then apparently, and it's since they've had sex, it's only been like 20 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
And he's already like,
I'm keeping my jokes to myself.
And he's already like, you're pregnant.
Yeah, which like, what?
You don't know that quick.
No, you don't.
Nothing's even started to, but apparently it works that way for them.
Yep. Supernaturally, they understand.
And it's like, this baby is actually what's going to bring peace to the world.
Yep.
And it's like, oh. And it kind of fades out after that as he like takes them to go sign this treaty.
Yep.
Now that it's been proven that life can exist between the two peoples.
Yep.
And then it just cuts to him on another mission, getting his job back. He's like, yeah, by the way, I got my job back.
My kid won't be mature for a little while, so I guess I'll have to keep this job for a while.
Keep the world safe.
Okay, so clarify for me. When they're in the church and they find out this stuff about him, does Taki, like, debate not going along with it for a second?
So, here's the... Mr. Loverboy meets this girl for 2 hours and then decides to risk his job and the fate of the world to go rescue her.
Yep.
And then he's like, are you two and do you love her? Giuseppe's like, do you love her? And he's like, I can't answer that.
Nah, babe.
And I'm like, well, yeah, no shit, you can't answer that. It's only been a few hours, but also you clearly do somehow.
Yeah, you have some sort of like emotions.
Because he makes some comment to her about like human and Black World, and she was like, I think I can. And that's when it trails off, and like his last line is like, he pulls a gun, he shoots it, and the screen goes red. It pauses, and then we get the most like 80s chill ballad
something
in the background.
Oh man.
And I was like, okay, sure.
Yeah, we listened to that whole thing and it didn't get better.
No. But a lot of anime do that. They use that to cool you down at the end.
I know.
But like, this was not a horror film.
Not really.
There was moments we cringed at.
Yeah, there was horrifying moments of it.
Ugh. Because body horror is always strong.
Yep.
One day I'm going to get you to, if we're hopefully still going next Halloween, I will have you read Uzumaki, and there might even be an Uzumaki like full anime by then, which is just pure body horror.
It was like, we'll just watch Promised Neverland. That was scarier. That was more of a horror.
It's true, it was. But yeah, so that kind of brings us to the end of the movie.
Yep.
What characters and the design of everything, I liked it.
The design of it was really beautiful. I thought it took me a while to get into the animation of it. I kind of felt it was a little bit clunky at the beginning.
It's done in a way that's supposed to feel noir. Where there's like a lot of there's a lack of animation to accentuate
how much detail is in the drawing.
Exactly.
Yeah,
or they'll do that that slow motion animation where it's like kind of does like onion, it's called onion skinning, trailing behind, where it's like you leave a bit of the transparency of the previous frame.
Oh yeah.
And it's kind of slow.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that. But when it is fully animated, it's really nice.
Yeah, it's got
really amazing camera angles, and a lot of reviews online said the same thing. They were like, the camera angles are amazing, the animation's well done.
Well, and even like with Jin, when he takes off his sunglasses and drops them on the ground, and then the animation is him talking, but it's like
in the glasses,
in the reflection of the glasses, like upside down.
Yeah, the cinematography, quote unquote, in this was really good.
It was really cool.
The characters were more or less one-dimensional.
They were there.
They like the old man had the most personality.
I know.
And like, I get that, they're very serious noir style characters.
But you can still have character development and like very well fleshed out three-dimensional characters.
Are they badasses? Sure. Are they super boring technically, like as people?
I had no like emotional connection to these people.
No, absolutely not. Sorry, that's a lie. It had emotional connection to the soap girl with the hair, because I was hoping that she was not going to be an evil being, because I need her and her hair to exist.
I know, it was so good.
And it does not exist anymore.
Nope.
But the animation was, I think it was good.
I think it was like a very good example.
Yeah, most of the bad reviews of this show are just people talking about how bad the characters were, and actually a lot of it's based on how much sex there is in it too, which again, we had no idea what we were getting into.
Wow. Yeah, neither.
We watched a trailer and it did not indicate this whatsoever.
No. Hence why we were like, yeah, we'll watch it for Halloween.
Yeah, it looks like a gory movie.
Yeah.
Apparently not.
Nope.
Well, sorry, it had gore and like body horror in it, but it was not like a horror film.
No.
But there was so much sex.
It was just like a very weird, sexy sci-fi.
The animation was, I think, fine. A little lacking at moments, but overall pretty good. The lighting was great.
Yeah, I definitely think it was very, very well done.
But the sound design, I was a big fan of.
Oh. I did not notice it.
Like the squelching and like the...
Oh, okay, yes. That I did notice.
Body horror transformation sounds are often very generic.
Yep.
And I found these ones to at least have some variation.
Yep.
So I think I'm losing my voice. I'm talking so much. It's slowly getting more and more raspy.
It's also really dry.
It's so dry.
We're getting into dry season. I call it nosebleed season.
Yeah. Yeah, I like the sound design. There were some parts where it was lacking, but there was parts where I was like, hell yeah. And the music was great. Other than the last song. I thought a lot of the music was kind of boppy. You got like a lot of that, like when they're driving on the road, it's that 80s like Japanese city pop, having a good time. And is it the best thing I've ever seen?
No. Am I mad we watched it? Not really.
No. It is something we have now seen and can talk about.
It is.
Because boy, was it something.
Wow. I have seen some things in my life. And now I've seen more.
We didn't keep a boob count like we did with
with
Vampire Hunter D. I bet you we could think of one though. Hold on.
Okay, there was the first one.
There was what was her name? So there was Spider Woman.
Yep. Saw them a couple times.
But individual.
Did we see every woman's boobs in this?
Spider Woman, Soap Girl, Maquille,
Vagina Body Lady.
That's Spider Woman.
Oh,
the Body Lady one. Yeah, we saw hers too.
I think we see every woman's
That's 4 sets. It matches with Vampire Hunter D.
Wow,
apparently
guys.
The writer, because they wrote the same things, has a really special number for...
Just want 4 sets of boobs. Oh, but then there was also the ones in the magazine.
I guess. Does that count, though?
I don't know. They were still drawn.
I guess. But they weren't characters.
No, they weren't.
They weren't... They showed everything of Taki except for his...
They did not show his dick.
They didn't show that. They didn't show his nipples for some reason, too. He was Aladdin it up in there.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah! No men have nipples in this, but women do.
Which is... Oh, well.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Also, when you said dick, I was like, yeah, we saw dick tonight. And then I realized, no, it was your Baldur's Gate character that we saw the dick of.
I got Baldur's Gate and then put 24 hours into it over 2 days real quick. And I was showing Lindsay...
Because I don't game.
Kind of what the game was. And I was just like in my camp. And I was like, yeah, you can like change out their outfits and like, you can take off their, like put on their armor, put them in their regular clothes. And I showed off my character's underwear, which is like super fancy bright blue underwear.
It's cute underwear.
And I was like, yeah, you can take it off. You can choose different wieners.
And then you showed me your wiener.
Well, not mine. my characters, okay? My characters. I think I chose wiener number B. Or letter B.
What was A and C and D and E like?
There was I think they said it was B.
Oh my gosh, I think I know what we're doing after this podcast recording.
Okay.
Can we get ones with teeth?
No. Well, there's probably a mod for that.
Drop it in the Patreon.
Who needs to play a feral tiefling when you can play a vagina dentata tiefling? I don't know what else to say about this.
Yeah, it was a show I probably will not recommend to people.
I mean, I would, but with caveats.
I don't even know, like, because, like, with certain people and things like that, like, I'm like, oh, well, this is a cool movie that you should watch. But I'm like, I don't even know what would... I guess it'd be like, do you want to see a Spider-Woman? That would be, like, the prompt for me bringing up this movie for someone to watch.
I'd probably just share clips with them.
Yeah.
Like when she's coming down from the roof.
Yeah, like, I think this is a movie where you would share clips of, but you wouldn't really share the whole thing.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Spider-Woman, when she dies, and she does that thing where spiders do where they, like, kind of crumple up on the floor.
Was good.
She's twitching up as her legs kind of curl in.
Yep.
That was super cool.
I thought that was a nice detail.
So make sure to tune in next week where we'll be switching the tone a little bit from body horror and dark themes to a more lighter tone with fighter themes.
Get out.
Come on.
Oh, come on, you.
It was a good old poem.
Oh, was it?
I don't know. It wasn't good, but it was still a poem.
Tell them, stop leaving them in Untissa.
We'll be watching Dragon Ball.
I've never seen this.
You have not, which drives me crazy. You've seen stuff from Z on the internet somewhere.
I was like, I've seen the theme song from Z. You know what I have seen?
What?
Dragon Ball Evolution.
What is Dragon Ball Evolution?
It's that really great movie that came out in like 2009.
Oh, sorry. I put that thing out of my memory so hard.
I mean, that's fair. You should
because I've never even watched it. I refuse.
Yeah, I watched it because...
Are you telling me your only actual Dragon Ball is Evolution?
Yeah. With like Justin Chatwin and James Marsters and Ayumi Hamasaki did the music for it.
Yeah. Okay. We're going to change your world by introducing you to proper Dragon Ball.
Oh, come on. That movie was so good.
And we just lost any fan base we've acquired in the last
credibility.
In the last 7 weeks.
That was purely sarcasm, people. I know that my Canadian sarcasm gets lost, but it was a terrible movie.
Wouldn't know, but I will, by proxy of just seeing the cover, I know that it's terrible.
Maybe we'll do that for like a Patreon thing, is we'll make you watch that movie.
It'd just be me crying for an hour and a half.
And then me singing along to the music.
But regardless, we'll catch you next Tuesday when we bust out our Dragon Radars, power up our Kamehamehas, and Nimbus cloud our way into Dragon Ball, episodes 1 and through 5.
I do know what a Kamehameha is.
What is it?
Okay, don't ask me what it is. I just know that I know of it.
But what is it?
It's a power-up.
No.
It's a hand missile magic thing. It's where you take wind and you pew-pew it at other people.
I'm going to give you an option.
Okay.
You can either keep trying to describe what a Kamehameha is to the exact term I'm looking for, or you can give me your best Kamehameha sound. Kamehameha!
Man, I'm so excited for that one.
It's going to be a good time. Yeah. So catch us next Tuesday. Same anime time, same anime channel. And yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for sticking with us, guys. And
gals, if you are still here after everything we've been saying.
Yep.
We appreciate it. Now, go out there and trick your treats. Wait. Treat your tricks? No, that's worse.
Do tricks for treats.
Yeah. As Missy Elliott says, ghouls, 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 get that candy. Whether it's ringing doorbells or...
shaking your panties. Goodbye.